Godzilla growls at Biogoji. Basically, he's mad at Biogoji's defiance. Biogoji tries to get Godzilla to realize that he's made a massive mess. This is all because of Godzilla. These humans are way too advanced. Soon, they're gonna make weapons to kill us and make their own monsters to control. Eventually, they're gonna be controlling us. Godzilla then replies, and they're, by the way, they're talking in their own language. Basically, kaiju language. Godzilla slams his tail on the ground to get Biogoji to be quiet. And basically replies, "Our job as kaiju is to keep the balance in nature. That includes humanity. Why can't you realize that? You agreed to me on this 1,000 years ago." Biogoji replied, "Oh yeah, I did. But now, I see that I was blind. 'Cause look at this. Humankind has attacked you. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. But 4 times actually. 4 times in a row. And let alone, Monarch has captured a kaiju, and you say that kaiju, and they attacked you. You don't punish them like what your dad does." Dagon was a respectful alpha, and he learned to keep his subjects safe and protected. You, on the other hand, you just want humankind to feel dominant, make them feel like that they are the apex species. But really and truly, we are. And it's time that we show them why we are the true apex species on this planet. And so, Biogoji attacks Legendary. Legendary fights back. And of course, the fight doesn't last that long, considering the military interrupts, assuming that Godzilla and not Biogoji was responsible for all this death and destruction. So the military starts shooting at Godzilla. Godzilla roars at them, basically trying to tell them that he's not the enemy. Biogoji takes this as an advantage and goes to the water. He's a lot more faster swimmer and knows how to lose Godzilla pretty easily. Godzilla notices that Biogoji is getting away and tries to go after him. But Biogoji is a lot more faster and more agile than he is in the water. There was no way that Godzilla could catch up to Biogoji. All what he has to do is sense where Biogoji will be heading, or where he's located at now. Eventually, Biogoji arrives to Hong Kong and sees that the people are still rebuilding after Godzilla and Kong's battle. And Apex is once again rebuilding Mechagodzilla. Biogoji growls at this. I'm surprised Goji didn't notice that Apex is rebuilding Mechagodzilla. Oh well, only this time I'll make sure they're permanently put down. Biogoji shoots his red spot ray atomic breath at Apex's facility, destroying the majority of the Apex company and revealing Mechagodzilla. Biogoji starts pushing down and destroying a few buildings. Legendary senses and tries to get there as fast as he can. He realizes he's not going to get there in time, So he dives down deeper to go to one of the Hollow Earth entrances to lead him straight to Hong Kong. Eventually, he arrives to Hong Kong and sees that Biogoji is tearing apart Mechagodzilla. And he realizes that Biogoji was kind of telling the truth. He remembered how powerful Mechagodzilla was during his battle with him. Godzilla nearly died. But he could have destroyed Mechagodzilla if he wasn't wasting his energy on Kong. But seeing the death and destruction in the city, Godzilla can't handle this. He has to end this. He roars at Biogoji, gaining his attention. Biogoji has Mechagodzilla's head in his jaws and drops it. He turns around to face Godzilla. Biogoji picks up Mechagodzilla's head and shows it to Godzilla and says, "See this, Godzilla? This is what I'm talking about. You're allowing these humans to live so they can make their own weapons to kill us. You told me yourself that this thing almost killed you." Godzilla then replies, "Well, mainly because Kong was fighting me," and Biogoji interrupts Godzilla. "I don't care who were you fighting. To be honest, I'm kind of done with this whole ancient rivalry thing with the Kongs. I learned to accept and move on from this whole war thing. And I'm pretty sure a few of our ancestors did, but you didn't forget about it. You almost killed Kong instead of just sparing him and telling him the reason why you were being so aggressive. You pushed everyone away. We all try to comfort you and give you advice, but you push us all away. And now it's our turn to push you away." Biogoji charges at Godzilla, and Godzilla charges at Biogoji. They have their battle. Eventually, Biogoji ends up losing because he's wasted the majority of his energy on destroying cities. Godzilla then gains the upper hand. He knows that Biogoji is weak at his most weakest state. And therefore, he repairs to restore balance in his way. He put his foot down on Biogoji and looks at him, dead in the eye. His most closest friend. His second in command. His most royal advisor has now betrayed him. He looks at him and says, "You're just like Ghidorah. You're just like him." Biogoji then growls, "I'm not like that demon. You are like Ghidorah, but in the worst way." Godzilla then decides to use his burning form. He uses a nuclear pulse on Biogoji 3 times. The remains of the city, Godzilla comes out of the rubble and sees that Biogoji is nowhere to be in sight. He sighs, "I'm sorry, Biogoji, but you left me no choice." As Godzilla is about to walk away, suddenly green lightning comes out of nowhere. And then a big explosion happens. Lo and behold, Super Godzilla. Byogoji's most powerful form.